back to Daytona 500 qualifying practice presented by Chevrolet on FS1. The Clash tonight, qualifying on Fox tomorrow. Hendrick Motorsports with Dale Earnhardt Jr. back behind the wheel of the number 88. Chase Elliott, Casey Kane, and Jimmy Johnson. Our friends at Race Hub took a look ahead to 2017 and Hendrick Motorsports.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will not race the driver of the 88 suffering from concussion-like symptoms.
In my mind, my plan is to race more.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. still out with concussion-like symptoms.
Being out of the car certainly made me anxious to get back in, and I'm happy to be able to come back here and continue to compete. Got real close to not being able to compete, you know, got real close to being someone else's decision whether I competed or not. And I always said, you know, people have asked me ever since I turned 40 when I would retire and all that, and all I wanted to do was be able to make that choice myself. I don't know when I'm going to stop racing, but I want to be able to make that choice, and I have it made for me. Being out of the car, you hope you could come back and jump right back in and not miss a beat, but this is a top series, and any time away, you're getting behind, so I'm really anxious and curious as to where we shake up early in the season, how we can do, how competitive we can be, what, if any, learning curve is there for me.
Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. He'll rumble out of the pocket, pull down to the inside of the racetrack. Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes to the lead of the Daytona 500.
I can't come back and not, you know, give it my best and not run 100%. The team wouldn't want me in the car if I wasn't going as hard as I can. So we'll go out there and race, try to get wins, but I feel confident about my health and being able to get out there and do the job.
My expectations are to build off of where we ended last year.
A number of drivers brought their A game to the race tonight. Casey Kane, right now he is running sixth.
The last 12 races of the last season, we made a lot of gains. We were very consistent, and we were working in the right direction. And as a company, Hendrick has worked in those same directions, and as a team, we have been too. We started the day after Homestead and have been preparing and working on everything that we can to do a better job in 2017. And if all that happens, it'll be a very successful and a happy season.
I had lots of memorable learning moments last year. I got the real treat of the NASCAR roller coaster week one at Daytona, from the highs of having the pole for the 500.
It's a weird feeling for me to hear Jeff Gordon at the booth talking to you in the car. It's weird for you. I know it's weird for me. Thanks for everything, boss.
And wrecking 20 laps in.
Out of the fourth turn, one car goes sliding.
I think just realizing how fast things can go from top to bottom and the other way around.
Thanks, fellas. Let's go get them. Welcome to the chase, Chase. You did it, bud. Good job.
One thing I'm excited about, which I haven't had in the past few years, is having the same crew chief for 2 years in a row. I really enjoyed working with Alan last year, and I think he's very underrated in what he does and just how hard he works at trying to make our race team go. So I think for us, just about, you know, starting another year, trying to improve upon areas that we wanted to get better in, or areas that we struggled in, areas I struggled in, and kind of keeping it as simple as that.
My expectations are to get a pole. It's not our best thing. Win a couple races and then be in the Final Four. Of course, I want to be the champion, but you know, with how tricky that final race can be, you know, there's no guarantees there. But I feel like the Lowe's 48 cars should be in that Final Four every year.
Jimmy Johnson, a walk-off for the ages.
You are looking at 7-time champion. Oh, my God. No way! Yes! Yes! 7-time champion, Jimmy Johnson.
Do you have less pressure on you this year because you've already got the 7th championship to tie the record, or more because you're going for the 8th?
I'm really content with where I'm at, happy with where I'm at, so I guess less pressure. Truthfully, felt like there hasn't been a lot of pressure on me through 6 and 7 because I never thought I'd have one to start with. I feel a larger responsibility in being a real leader at Hendrick Motorsports and being there for my teammates and team members. I feel a stronger calling for being involved in the Drivers' Council and a part of NASCAR and trying to help the sport. Absolutely, I'm showing up to win races and championships, but I feel almost more pressure to handle that part correctly than I do to go out and win an 8th. Some of that could be that with Chad Knaus running your race team, most of the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and you're in good shape. And I know that side. I'm starting my 16th season. But I'm trying really hard to not let that pressure be on me. It's there. It shows up if you want it or not. And I'm just trying to manage it and have a good time through it all.
That's a look at Hendrick Motorsports, led by Jimmy Johnson, who looks for title number 8. Led all drivers on the win list last season. We thought winning 7 would be impossible with all of the format changes and the, 4 drivers all in, somebody wins. At Homestead, they found a way.
Yeah, well, we've seen it all, though. We've seen him win all 7 championships. We've seen him win all 80 races from right here. And so I'm so impressed. I think it starts with ownership, though. Rick Hendrick is Jeff, hands-on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he sent me pictures of him working on a race car last year. When the team was struggling a bit, he got in there and he said, look, boys, let me dive in there and help you. And so I think it starts with ownership.
He's very competitive. What I find so interesting watching Jimmy, he's this humble, very reserved, down-to-earth guy, and you think, how can that guy win so many races and championships? But I'm telling you, besides what he mentioned about Chad Knaus and that race team and Rick Hendrick and the whole organization, when he straps that helmet on, he goes to another level. I actually had a chance to spend some time with him during the off-season, and I skied with him. I was snowboarding, and he was skiing. And he does it in everything, whether he's riding, going cycling or exercising or racing. The guy once he gets into that mode, he goes to another level, and it's very impressive, and it's not surprising that he's won 7 championships.
But it's contrary to what you think of for a driver. Most drivers I know, sorry fellas, are control freaks. They want to manage every part of their being and every moment of every day.
I think that's what makes him so great, though, Mike. He takes instructions. I mean, he'll listen to anybody. If the spotter, Chad, Rick, he listens to everybody, and then he applies it. He doesn't just let it go in one ear and out the other. He applies it, and then he gets great results.
He likes to be coached.
Yeah, he does.
Now, I think the key to Hendrick Motorsports this year, let's not forget, as much as we highlight Jimmy Johnson winning 7 championships, not another Hendrick car won a race last year. There's a lot of pressure on that organization to spread that throughout this organization, and I think they put a lot of effort and work into making sure that that happens this year, and I'm really anxious to see the results of not just Jimmy, but those other 3.
At the current pace, Jimmy Johnson could hit 100 victories within the next 4 seasons. Wow, that's quite a number.